Zug zug motherfucker, that's loud. Hold on. Close this shit. Alrighty. Toolbox store that I've had for fucking, I think a half year now. Because it's kind of tight in space in this little shop that we got. So, kind of have a small box. I hate it though. I have a cart too, and then I'm today gonna go pick up my U.S. General 5-drawer cart because most of the machines are out throughout the factory, so it makes more sense to have a cart. This is more like bulk tool storage. I also got a tool bag with pretty much essential items. So up here we have our sockets. In the back are some Pittsburgh half-inch sockets. Probably gonna upgrade those to Tecton sooner or later because I'm not the hugest fan on these. I mean, they work good, don't get me wrong. Actually, for what you pay for them, they're very good. I had them for like 4 or 5 years. But nuts get stuck in them a lot, particularly if they're dirty. Then I got the Milwaukee 1-inch and 15/16 up here, and the rest of these are gear wrench. This is SAE with all but the tunnels, dryers, strap machines, and the one full tech folder. Those are metric, but everything else in here is SAE. SAE 1/4 inch, and then gear. These are gear wrench. Gear wrench 3 metric 1/4 inch, and I got 3/8 metric right here. Gear wrench deep, gear wrench shallow. Over here are some Icon wobble extensions for the 3 drive sizes. I actually like that set. I like the organizer it comes with because figuring out the whole operation of these fucking extensions. Yeah, I got 2 up here, but I fucking lose them all the time. Up here I got my gear wrench, 90 tooth, 1/4 inch and 3/8 fixed head ratchet with the comfort grip. Gear wrench versus Icon. I think the gear wrench right now has better value because you get all these sockets in a set. There's more in my locker, and these sockets, and then the 2 ratchets for 150 bucks. Icon, they just came out with a set for 110, which is just 3/8. Comes with a ratchet and extension for 130, and they're about the same quality, so you're getting better price with gear wrench. Though I do like the Icon ratchet better. You see it's in my grab bag. I also got Icon sockets in my grab bag. They're alright. Gear wrench sockets are a little better, but the gear wrench ratchet's a little better. Overall, huge fan of the gear wrench and the Icon stuff. A small fucking tape measure I found, but I find myself using because I never can find my tough built one. Ear protection. This Nebo Slide King. It slides out and then has a powerful magnet. Up here is my Braun light, which is nice, but all the machines are dark blue, and that's dark blue and black, so I lose it a lot. This is just a cheap, got it for free on a weekend. It's bright, but it's battery. And then this is the Icon flip light, and this is the Braun flip light, which are all nice lights, except this collet piece here broke on the Braun. I think the Icon's a little bit more durable, but the Braun has more articulation. It's whatever, I use them all. Depends which one's dead. In here, these are Icon bit sockets. I need to get the metric set. These are Tecton long bit sockets, SAE metric. Some extra metric sockets here. Some Pittsburgh crow's feet, because I've never myself used crow's feet, so I just figured I'd get a cheap set. These are Milwaukee circle bolt sockets. This is just a Harbor Freight tamper-proof bit set. And in here is a Wiha It's a little ratchet driver. It's got bits and 1/4-inch adapter. That's a nice set for, I think it's like 30 bucks, but it's got everything but flathead for some reason. But you just put a flathead in the case. 1/2-inch extensions are down here. This is an SK3 breaker bar with an SK 7/16. That was my grandfather's. Never used it, but I keep it. And I said the bit sockets, which I like these Icon bit sockets. I think they're quite alright. Down here, top felt knives, notebooks, keys, Craftsman ratchet, extra knives, air tool, magnifying glass, my mirror. Should be my magnet tool, but that's probably someplace else. Down here, kind of electrical drawer, kind of not. My meter's in my bag, which is a fluke. It is a T5 for any maintenance mechanic. I mean, you got your amps, auto ranging, DC, AC, ohms, of course. And the leads are short and not annoying. This is the best if you're a maintenance technician for factories. This is the meter to get because it does everything. I mean, sometimes you need to break out a bigger clamp meter, but that'll get you sorted through most things. And here is just a 1/4-inch Milwaukee set. The Milwaukee sockets are nice, don't get me wrong, but the warranty sucks. That's the only thing. So that's a 1/4-inch set. Keep it in there because a lot of things mechanically wise are fucking close to the damn thing on the meter. Like when I'm doing like 7/16 for all the clamps and shit, so I just keep it in there and grab it for when I'm doing that. Along with the 1/4-inch stubby impact. Splicing tape, not electrical tape. A little different. I got Wagos and wire nuts and shit in there. Right angle drill. This is a Klein precision screwdriver set. That's 1000 volt insulated. And my locks. Need a better electrical drawer. This is too shallow. This is the screwdriver drawer that I might give up to be an electric drawer and more splicing tape apparently. Vera with their craft formed and their special tips set. Weha demolition driver set. Weha 6-in-1s. I got 2 of them because this one's missing a bit and I replaced it with a Stanley bit, but it's not as high quality as the original Weha, but it's still there. And then I got fucking extra Allen keys in here. My metric Allen keys should be in there if I can fucking find them. Husky Unibit. These are just extra ones. 1/2-inch nut driver. Not sure why I have it, but it's the only one I have. It's a Klein. Icon Torx driver. And then a Doyle stubby ratcheting, and then an Ideal stubby non-ratcheting, and precision drivers. We have little form organizers by Gear Wrench. Here I got my large, not jumbo, but large, so 1.1/8, the 1.25, 1.16, whatever. Stubby SAE right here. My stubby metrics in my car right now. Craftsman metric set. And then Gear Wrench ratcheting metric wrenches. I don't use a whole lot of metric, so it's kind of a mess. In here, I just got my welding gloves. Apparently my Fluke 100 meter, my fucking metric Allen keys, and a bunch of random fucking shit. Kind of need to go through this. This is a Gear Wrench. It's a 1/4-inch palm dial, which I guess is cool. 3/8, 1/2-inch. Welding gloves and hot shake gloves. Down here, I got my vice clamps, another air thing, vice clamps, chain breakers, Icon pick set, and this Pittsburgh larger Torx set, and some West scissors, my deck of cards. Down here I have my Icon wrenches. My go-tos are the Milwaukee ones. Even though the warranty sucks, the wrenches are just really good and really valuable. Here's the non-ratcheting ones I got down here. But 3/8 to 3/4, $120. Long pattern ratcheting. They're not bad. They're not bad. I prefer the Milwaukee ones, just the way they grip shit. And then in here is, this will usually goes in my cart, but since I just sold my cart to my boss, and I haven't got my new one yet, it's kind of got shoved in here. The Milwaukee ratcheting, there's a few, these are gear wrench ratcheting, SAE, and then the rest are Milwaukee. And then the Milwaukee, for those three sizes, 7/16, 1/2 inch, 9/16, those are most of the bolts I deal with. So I have the non-ratcheting and ratcheting Milwaukees down in there. So there's that. And then just a pair of vice clamps I use to clamp on air hoses, pipe wrench, adjustable wrench. This Pittsburgh one is actually really good for the money. And then Klein, Crescent Klein, I hate those. And a Pittsburgh torque wrench, which I don't use at work. I use for my wheels on my car. Nothing here really comes with torque specs, so it doesn't matter. I just have it. Universal snap ring pliers, a set of cheap Harbor Freight picks, Knipex snap ring plier, which is not broken at all. This is an Icon snap ring plier set. Here it is. Got it for like $50. Files, mini files, thermometer for motors and other shit. One of my sets of Vera Allen keys. These are my favorite. The warranty, like, it took a month for them to respond, and they said they sent one out, and it's been like another week since they sent it. And so like a month and a half have been out. Of course, I have two sets, so it doesn't fucking matter. Down here are pliers, a big ass Husky channel locks. So I think these are 440, 420. Is it? Yeah, these are the 420s. 425 and the 426s. Got two 26s. These are Weha alligator, Klein alligator, channel lock needle nose, channel lock crimper, Klein wire stripper, south wire. So this one's for the smaller size wires. It does 10 to 20, and then this one's for bigger wires. This does 6 to 12. Except that south wire one isn't very sharp. I would get a Klein one if I were you. And then these Klein vice grips, they're new. I tried them out. I don't like the grips on them, honestly, but I can cut those off. And then Ideal crimper, coax gripper, and then channel lock. Oh, these are dikes, and then those are my crimpers. Cobalt pipe cutters, Ledix plastic pipe cutter, Cobalt mini thing, Klein crimper, automatic wire stripper, found it in Dead Dude's Garage. Utica tools, needle nose, Icon needle nose, they fucking suck. The Husky but tape measure. Fucking sheet metal shears, these Quinn long range nose. They're actually fucking neat tool to have. Down here, my gear pullers. They're Pittsburgh. They fall apart every time you use them, but I'm too cheap to buy an expensive set, and it works. And I have one piece, so I don't care. Wagos, batteries, Teflon, bolts and shit, fucking solenoid shit, air fittings down there. Just a bunch of shit in here that's empty. Gloves. Oh, there's some extra fucking sockets in here. These Real Steel hammers are really good for the money. They're like 20 bucks each. 3-pound sledge. This 28-ounce dead blow. This Harbor Freight. Doesn't say what size it is, but 2-pound. 2-pound dead blow. Harbor Freight 16-ounce. Or 20 ounce or something like that. 24 ounce ball peen. I got a Real Steel ball peen fucking somewhere. Then a Stanley little pry tool. My welding hammer. DeWalt. These are Milwaukee bits inside of a DeWalt case because the Milwaukee bit set fucking organizer sucks ass. These are Lennox. Unibits. Unibit socket set. These is a full Tekton set of non-ratcheting combination wrenches. My Easy Out, I got grinder discs. I used to keep power tools down here. It's empty right now. Then underneath, I got a Cobalt 4-pound sledge. Level on the side. On the side, I got my channel lock pry bars. This is a big 46-inch. And then I'm missing the third size, but I got those two. Down here, I have electrical tape, and this is a Pittsburgh 1/2-inch breaker bar. Works fine. And then the big ass Pittsburgh 1/2-inch ratchet. It's not a great ratchet. It's 72 teeth. I'm not a fan of those. It's not a 90 tooth or anything, but as for how often I actually use 1/2-inch on a ratchet and not my impact, it doesn't fucking matter. A Milwaukee, one of these is the battery. This one's the battery one. Or no, this is the battery one. This is the rechargeable one. Pretty good, pretty bulky though. And then a Harbor Freight 3 or 4-pound sledge. Over here, a bunch of Harbor Freight magnet trays, Craftsman magnet tray. Oh, there's my magnet tool. Then my Milwaukee 18-volt light. My tool bag down here. Fuck it. We'll take a look at it. It's part of the setup, I guess. Get up on the bench. Icon 3/8 ratchet, snap-on, 7/16 and 1/2-inch, double box end, Knipex diagonal cutters, Knipex twin grips. Those are awesome if you're a mechanic. And then Knipex Cobras, like these. Coffee maker and fridge too. Those are both mine. It's like slip joints, but you're gonna do it one hand. Push that in, and it locks in place like the Cobra pliers do, but they're like slip joints and they grab strip shit really well. Okay, Icon 3/8 socket set. The feed sizes are in my toolbox, and then 7/16 is on the ratchet right now. Knipex needle nose pliers. I've considered taking the channel lock ones out and putting them in here because the channel lock ones have that 12-point thing for grabbing bolts. As a mechanic, that's a little bit more useful. But also, these are narrower. I don't fucking know. Knipex pliers wrench. side. Milwaukee fastback knife. That one's got the storage for blades because when I'm up in civil sort and I gotta fucking cut shit around the conveyor rolls, you need like 15 blades, and that stores enough. Some 3/8 extensions, another 3/8 extension and a marker. Over here are the Knipex electrical combination plier things. Those work great. Weehaw 6-in-1. My big Weehaw flathead goes in there, but right now it's being used to hold the motor in place while I wait for fucking inkers. Icon 1/4-inch rotor head, and I have these 1/4-inch socket driver bits here. Then my Milwaukee wrenches. I carry 9/16, 1/2 inch, 7/16. That's the majority of bolts, and that's all I really need to carry. So I like the Milwaukee wrenches. They work fucking awesome. Flush cut pliers for cutting zip ties. They're $2 at Harbor Freight. Probably I'm missing 5mm. And then here's my Icon deep socket set. As I said, gear wrench is a better value. I have them both. I like them both. Gear wrench these Icons are a little bit thicker. Like, I'd really have to say they're almost identical. They're not identical, but you can't go wrong either way you go. They're both good sockets. Then my Milwaukee 12-volt ratchet. Non-fuel because I got it for free with my fuel M12 stuff, and it fucking is faster than doing it by hand. That's all I give a shit about. I mean, I'm spending another $300 on the fuel version, and it's, you know, I don't care. There's no power difference really. It's a fucking ratchet. It's not supposed to be torquey. It's a little bit faster, but it don't bother me none. My coworkers all do it by fucking hand. I'm the only one that has one of those, so that's that. And since we were talking about Milwaukee sockets, I'll break out the. Don't mind that this is a fucking disaster. We'll break out the 3/8 Milwaukee set. I used to use these almost exclusively, but the warranty that sucks, as I said, and you gotta buy the replacement ones because they won't. It's a limited lifetime, not a lifetime. But anyways, I keep this in its case, so if I gotta grab it, I just go and grab the case. But most of the time I have the sockets I need. It's just, I keep it in the case now. And the 15/16 and 1-inch don't have a spot in this case. Anyways, there's something in the socket, but 1/4-inch to 1-inch shallow, 1/4-inch 7/8 deep. The ratchet, which is not a bad ratchet. This is what I used almost exclusively for 3 years, and I like it. I like the flat for a non-comfort grip handle. It sits in your hand pretty well. I haven't lost them actually. The Milwaukee extension is right there, and I know I have I think the shallow one's right there. Yeah, pull it out. No, that's a Husky. Anyways, I'm sure. I know I have it fucking somewhere. Take the Pittsburgh Impacts out and put the Husky in there. So it's Husky, and Husky. I broke the Milwaukee Universal. It grenaded on me. Because that's what they do. But when you need the fucking thing, you fucking need the fucking thing. Of course, I don't think I mentioned it, but I have for impact this Pittsburgh 1/2 inch, which is a lot less fucking dangerous than the Universal, and I also got it in 3/8 and 1/4-inch ones somewhere. Anyways, it's good socket. So you can take this tray out, set it in your shallow drawer too, like that top drawer. You could have sockets in there if you wanted to. Because that's the biggest issue with this toolbox, is actually the shallow drawers. The new version of this actually is just deep. There's deeper drawers all the way down. Obviously, the top is a cobalt because I wanted a socket area bay, and the U.S. General one is flat on the top. Where this one actually has like a hutch for sockets, and that's why I went with that. See, I don't really have enough room to put my Husky 48-inch, 28 deep socket in this area, so I think I'm gonna get Husky as like a cheap toolbox with deep drawers that's 26 inches and put it right there. I'll probably move that over because it's lower. Put a workbench top on there, so I have a little bit more room. And anyways, that's what it is. That's everything for the most part, except for like all my power tools and my other. I got a locker like full of shit. I mean, full of shit. Fucking. You know, my grease guns, my jacket. This is an empty case. This has got my metric impacts, my impact driver, one of my this extra sockets, half-inch drive spline sockets, roto grips, fucking empty organizers because I save them all. I mean, full of shit. Fucking code books. And I got a ton of shit. Like, actually, I literally have a bunch of shit out on machines that we're working on. We're building a new iron. A lot of my tools are over there. But yeah, it pretty much sums it all up. Also, these air things that you make yourself are infinitely fucking better than anything you can fucking buy. So don't even bother. Just get your thing, get a nipple, and just screw them together. Because then you actually get airflow. Just don't do it when OSHA's around. And then you can make it any fucking size you want too. I think there's one over here or something. I don't know. There's one somewhere. But, that's it.